Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much guys for tuning in. My name is Cynthia. If you're watching me for the first time, you're highly welcome. Please guys, don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channels. I will link them in the description box. You can also follow us on our Facebook group page at Cynthia's Fashion House. So without further ado, let's get straight to why we are here. In today's video, we're going to be making this off-shoulder blouse. So I'll be using 1.5 yards of Ankara fabric for this tutorial. To determine the fabric you're going to cut out, you will use the biggest part of the body, which is the hip measurement. The hip measurement is 46 inches, divided by 4 is 11.5 inches. I will be adding 2 to 3 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So we go ahead and fold our fabric into 4. I'm cutting the front and the back together. So I will fold my fabric into 2. I will fold it again. Now I have my fabric folded into 4. My blouse length is 26 inches. I will add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So we'll go ahead and place the measurement. Because I'm making an off-shoulder blouse, I will minus 4 or 5 inches from the shoulder. So I will minus 4 inches. This is 1 inch. That's my sewing allowance for the upper part. So I will minus 4 inches. I will place my tape like so. So my 4 inches will start from here. .26 inches length. I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance for the bottom. For the upper chest line, I will measure from here to here. Mine is 13 inches, divided by 2 is 6.5 inches. Now add ½ inch for sewing allowance. That is 7 inches. So right on this line here, I will mark 7 inches. Right on this upper chest line, I will take my armhole measurement. I will still place my tape like so and minus 4 inches. My round armhole is 18 inches, divided by 2 is 9 inches. 9 inches. So this is now my chest line. From shoulder to waist is 17 inches. And from waist to hip is 8 inches. So I'll make a line here. I'll go ahead and place the circumference measurement. The bust measurement is 42 inches, divided by 4 is 10.5 inches. I mark 10.5 inches here. I will add 3 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I want the blouse to be free. The waist measurement is 36 inches, divided by 4 is 9 inches. I will add 3 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. The hip measurement is 46 inches, divided by 4 is 11.5 inches. I will also add 4 inches for sewing allowance and ease. So I will go ahead and connect the lines. I will go back to the armhole and look for the midpoint. I have 2.5 inches here. So we connect it. I will come inside by ½ inch. This is the front armhole and this is the back armhole. You can decide to make any neckline you want. I just want mine to be straight like this. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. I think 3 inches is too big for ease. I will deduct 1 inch from here. I will cut out 1 inch from here. My ease is 2 inches and the sewing allowance is 1 inch. So I'll set this aside. We're going to be cutting the sleeve. This is my sleeve, so I will be cutting out the side later on. I will join these together first before cutting out the side of the sleeve. So I will take the upper part, right side facing each other. I will use 1 inch, that's my sewing allowance. I will sew it right from here all the way to the bottom. I will do the same thing for this side. And after I've done that, I will hem the upper part. I will use 1 inch to hem the upper part. I will take ½ inch inside twice and hem it. So guys, I've finished joining the sides together. So I've also hemmed the upper part here and the down part. So we go ahead and cut out the sleeves. My sleeve length is 25 inches. So I'll be adding elastic bands to the tip of the sleeve. I'll place my tape like so, still minus the 4 inches. So I have a 26.5 inches here. 25 is my sleeve length. I will use 1 inch for the elastic at the bottom and use ½ inch at the upper part. So my fabric is folded into 2. I have 14 inches here folded into 2. I'll use my round shoulder to cut out the sleeve. I will minus this upper chest line from my round shoulder. So I have 15 inches for the front and 15 inches for the back. So I'll be using ½ inch to join the sides. ½ inch on this side and ½ inch on this side, and I'll be left with 14 inches. The front is 14 inches and the back is 14 inches. 14 plus 14 is 28 inches. To cut out the sleeve, I will minus this 28 inches from my round shoulder. My round shoulder is 45 inches. 45 minus 28 is 17 inches. So I will use 17 inches to cut out the 2 sleeves. I will still divide that 17 inches by 2 because I'm cutting out 2 sleeves. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5 inches. So I will use 8.5 inches for each sleeves. Because the sleeve is folded into 2, I will still divide the 8.5 inches by 2. 8.5 divided by 2 is 4¼ So I will go to this upper part here, mark 4¼ and I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Right on this 4¼ I will place my tape like so. My round armhole is 18 inches divided by 2 is 9 inches. I'll add ½ inch for sewing allowance. So I'll mark 9.5 inches. And we'll make it curve here. So right from here, we take it to the down part. So we're done cutting the sleeves. We'll go ahead and join the sleeves together. So I will use 1 inch to join the sleeves. So guys, I finished joining the sleeves. We will go ahead and attach the sleeves to the blouse. And this is the right side of the blouse. I also hem the upper part of the sleeve. So I will match the side seam. Right side facing each other. I will match the side seam together. So we take this side, match it with this. I will take the back side, match them together. So I'll go ahead and use 1/2 inch to join the sleeves to the armhole. I will sew it around here. I'll do the same thing for the other side. After I've done that, I will hem the button of the sleeve. So we'll be adding elastic here, and I have 1 inch for my elastic allowance. So I will take 1/4 inch and turn it like so and sew it round and leave 1 inch open, because that is where my elastic will go through. So guys, I'm done attaching the sleeves to the blouse. I've sewn this side also, so I left 1 inch unsewed here. So to cut out my elastic, I will measure my round sleeve and then subtract 2 inches from it. So my round sleeve is 8 inches. I will subtract 2 inches from 8 inches, which is 6 inches. So I cut out 6 inches elastic. I will use a safety pin to insert it. I'll pass it through this 1 inch I left unsewed. My elastic is 1/2 inch. If you're creating the space here, you make sure your space is wide enough to accommodate your elastic. So mine is okay. I will secure this other side. I'll use a zigzag machine to stitch the elastic together. Then I will stitch up this 1 inch I left unsewed. I've done this side already. So usually my sleeve length is 23 inches. So I added extra 2 inches to it because of the elastic here. So this is the upper part. If you like, you can decide to add elastic to this upper part. If you're adding elastic to here, you can add about 2 inches to it, to this upper chest line. I don't want to add elastic to the blouse. If you want to add elastic to it, you add about 2 inches to the round shoulder measurement. So I will measure this to see if it's up to 45 inches. That's my round shoulder measurement. So I'll just measure one side. I have exactly 22.5 inches here. So the other side is 22.5 inches. That is 50 inches. So it's correct. This is my belt. I'll be using belt for the blouse. The length of the belt is 17 inches. And the wideness is 3.5 inches folded into 2. I stitch one side, then turn it inside out. So knot it here. So that's it for today. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.